Hi, my name is Eloise Skinner, and today we're going to talk about how to get into LSE for law. So I studied law at Cambridge University. I am a former corporate lawyer and now author and writer, and I have over 10 years of experience helping students into the university of their choice. And here at the Profs, we have an 85% success rate with LSE applications, and today I'm going to talk you through some of the tips and tricks that could enhance your application. One of the most important things when it comes to LSE is figuring out how this university is different from other universities in terms of what it offers for a law degree. And this can be quite a tricky thing to figure out, especially if you're comparing LSE to other London universities like King's College or UCL, and definitely check out our separate videos on those. But one of the best ways to get to know the university and what it stands for and the qualities of the law degree that it offers is by doing your own research, both in person at an open day if you can, and online on the website, on their social media, on the law faculty page, and everything else that they offer online. The two key questions that you want to keep in mind as you go through this process are firstly, why law? And it is really important that you are able to answer this question for yourself from an academic perspective, because obviously you have 3 years of studying law before you can even think about what to do with your degree for your career. So it's really important that you have an interest in the academic side of law as well as the practical side. And the second question is, why LSE? And you want to make sure that this is the university for you specifically, not just because you've heard the name or that you know it ranks really highly on the academic tables, but actually that you understand the university and what it offers. So I would look at your application as a 3-stage process. And we'll start with the first stage, which could be anywhere from a year to 6 months before you apply, or maybe even before that. And this is where you're really figuring out those two key questions that we just spoke about. Why law? And why LSE? So when it comes to why law, one of the best things you can do is start reading, and you'll be reading a lot on your law degree, so it's a great time to get started with some introductory texts. So LSE at the time of recording does include a preliminary list of readings on its website, so this is definitely something you should check out, and ideally you should be incorporating a couple of these books into your personal statement. Alongside the reading list, you should also be keeping up with current affairs and the everyday news and seeing how these news stories relate to legal topics in particular. As well as this, you can gain work experience, which will give you a great insight into the practical application of law. And you can also do things like visit the courts, most of which are open to the public in England. During this initial stage, you'll also be thinking about things to put on your personal statement. So any positions of responsibility that you can obtain at school, prefect, head girl, head boy, or any clubs or debating or mooting or law society, politics club, any of those things that you can start to gather for your personal statement will be really helpful. During the next phase, which we'll say is like a 6 to 3 month phase before your application, you ideally will be attending an open day. And this is really important to attend an open day because it helps you understand the university, and it also enables you to see if you're a good fit with the university and its values and the environment that the university operates in. If you're unable to attend an open day in person, it's definitely worth attending a virtual open day or obtaining some other interaction with the university in some other way. This could be through their social media channels or through the videos that they have online or through a webinar series or a presentation or even something like a podcast. During this time, you'll also be thinking about the LNAT, and LSE is a university that does require the LNAT for law. So during this time, you'll be thinking about preparing for the test. And if this is something you're working on and you want more tips and advice, definitely check out our video on the LNAT. During this time, you'll also be thinking about the rest of your UCAS form and your references. So make sure you know who at your school will be writing your reference and how they can best showcase your skills. In the final month of preparation, you'll be finalizing your personal statement, you'll be preparing for your LNAT. And it's important to note that LSE doesn't typically offer interviews, so your decision for university will typically be made on the basis of your LNAT score, your personal statement, your predicted grades, and your references. In terms of why LSE specifically, and especially if you're looking at other London universities like King's College or UCL, you might want to look at the degree itself and how LSE distinguishes itself from other universities. One thing to note is that even though the university is called the London School of Economics, it doesn't necessarily mean that economics is embedded into every single aspect of the degree. The law degree that you study at LSE will be a pretty typical law degree in terms of the modules and the content that you can choose to study. Having said that, LSE does have a strong focus on blending other aspects of study into the law degree itself. So you might find yourself studying elements of economics or policy or international relations within the context of the law degree. It's also interesting to note that LSE offer a number of other courses that are related to law that might be of interest to you if you're thinking about studying different things within the context of your law degree. So there is a master's in law and finance that is offered at LSE, and also a course in anthropology and law. So those are definitely worth checking out if they feel like they might suit you. Of course, you will be studying in London, so you will be in the heart of a very big and busy city. So it's worth thinking about if that is something that suits you or if that's an experience that you want from university. One key advantage of studying in London is the close connections to employers. So if you're looking to get into corporate or commercial law or into a barrister's chambers, there are many opportunities available in London, and LSE and the other London universities have great connections to industry. As always, if you feel like you would benefit from any help, support, guidance, mentoring, or general assistance, please do reach out. The details are on the screen now to get in touch with one of our admissions tutors. We have many years of experience assisting students into the university of their choice, including LSE for law. And as always, best of luck with your application.